Ladies and gentlemen, we are live with the second episode of Covenant Pro Wrestling Uproar. I am one of your announcers, James Randall, alongside my broadcast colleague, Jay Scott.
That's the greatest of all time, Jay Scott. But yes, we are here on the second ever episode of CPW Uproar. I am so excited to get started. I'm hoping to bring my legendary wrestling acumen and knowledge to the fore here as we see our opening contest. Johnny D, the Raging Demon, versus Don Atlas, the Goomba Stomper.
Don Atlas, we saw him last week, but this will be our very first occasion seeing Johnny D. I'm excited to see what he has to bring to the table, and I'm sure it's going to be an amazing contest.
Absolutely. We've got so much to hear from these two competitors, so much to see, and they're going to be taking it all here, taking it all in the ring, of course, here at CPW Uproar.
Definitely, and here comes Johnny D here on his very first appearance.
Ohio, weighing in at 289 pounds, this is the Raging Demon of Youngstown, Johnny D.
The Raging Demon of Youngstown. What do you make of that, Jay?
Well, you know, I have some experience watching Johnny D in the ring, not wrestling him. In XWA, I've seen him accomplish some great stuff. I've seen the way that he can just lock onto a goal and execute it with that laser focus. A lot of people are really scared of Johnny D, and for good reason. I've seen him accomplish a lot, and I'm sure he's going to accomplish a lot here in CPW.
So what you're saying is Don Atlas should be worried?
I think Don Atlas should be worried whenever he's in the ring, because I think he's got that big mask on his head. I think it's going to make things a lot tougher for him. But Johnny D here, you know, it's a little tough to get your feet under you in a new company, and I'm really interested to see how Johnny D deals with that pressure.
Definitely. It looks like he has a good base to him, but right now we're going to see Don Atlas. Look at this, the police escort for Don Atlas here. I couldn't think of anything more appropriate. It's probably to protect the fans from Don more than it is to protect Don.
From Barat, Albania,
And,
weighing in
yeah,
at 267 pounds.
I question that for sure, but Don Atlas making his way down to the ring now. He's definitely got a very signature look about him with that big coat and very odd mask, and one of the most odd things I think about Don Atlas is not the way that he just wears that mask to the ring, but that he wears it while he wrestles. Definitely, you know, in my opinion, that's kind of a hazard. It's going to obstruct your peripheral vision. It's going to make it more difficult for you to get that definitive advantage on your opponent, but we'll see how he deals with that as the match progresses.
Definitely, I can definitely see how that would be a hazard. And I'm more intrigued by the type of mask that he has chosen to wear, because it's not one that you see every day. You have to wonder if there is some symbolism in the one he chose to wear.
Well, I generally associate that with, like, it's kind of like a Pacific region mask, and I believe Don said he was from Albania, so I don't really know what the connection would be, but maybe he just thinks it looks cool. Well, Johnny D talking some trash, ready to get this thing started. And, you know, the enigmatic Don Atlas looking to challenge him here. Don Atlas getting the early advantage, but looking for a hammerlock. Johnny D immediately able to fire that back elbow right into the jaw.
Now, he definitely said that was not going to work, and now slamming him down onto the canvas.
A great sidewalk slam there, and now popping up, looking to maybe fake the knee drop. I saw Don Atlas shift his guard over to his head, but Johnny D outwitted him, connecting him with a beautiful splash there. Oh my god, look at this deadlift up on the shoulder, coming around for a power slam.
If that does not say Raging Demon of Youngstown, I don't know what does, because this is impressive.
So nice, he's got to do it twice. Another beautiful power slam there, just driving all the wind out of Don Atlas' lungs. Now look at this. A spinning shot, spinning right hand right to the jaw. And immediately following up, focusing on the arm here. But Don Atlas able to make it to his feet. Maybe, you know, that mask looks like it's made out of like a carbon fiber type situation, maybe he was able to alleviate some of the pressure from that stiff right hand.
I imagine that is the case, but Don Atlas, you know, he is much like a worm. He can find his way out of just about any situation, and wow, with that Frankensteiner just right on the back of his head.
And now, biting, gnawing even on the fingers of Johnny D once again, and you know, what's he thinking about here? Oh my god, this is just absolutely brutal.
Absolutely brutal indeed. Repeated bites to the fingers. You don't see that every day.
Going up to the top. I'm surprised the referee did not choose to stop this thing after that, but look at this. What a code breaker coming off the top. The height you get on that, the knees going straight into the collarbone, straight into the chest, drives all the wind out of your lungs.
You know, they say Don Atlas is, you know, the real-life supervillain, and right now he is showing exactly why.
Now, 2, not quite able to get it done. Johnny D firing the shoulder up. But Don Atlas, he's got a lot of gas left in that tank, that weird little tank that he's got.
Most of the time you hear about Don Atlas's gas in catering, but right now, that was some gas on there too. There was some heat on that. Maybe there's a reason why Johnny has flames on his trunks.
I have to say, I'm very impressed with just the artistry of the power slams, able to hit them from almost any position. We saw the deadlift there, and then reversing out of the inverted DDT position all the way into that power slam. Very, very impressive from Johnny D. He's someone I think who is known for his brutality more than anything else, but I have to say, I'm extremely impressed with his technique as this match rolls on.
You know, I think these two competitors are quite similar. They're known for their brutality, but they can be technical when they need to.
And Don Atlas able to evade that splash, not allowing it to connect. And look at that. Headbutt right to the jaw. What does he call that thing?
The modern tragedy, and just like that, it might be a modern tragedy for Johnny D.
Well, it's certainly a modern tragedy for all the CPW fans. We're hoping to see Johnny D get a big win here over Don Atlas.
And the winner of this contest via pinfall, Don.
I would say you love to see it, but sometimes you hate to see it.
Exactly.
What's Don doing here? He's got that look in his eyes. You can see behind that mask. Steel chair.
Oh, come on.
This is unacceptable. Completely unacceptable. There's got to be some repercussions for that.
Yeah, absolutely not sportsmanlike at all. This is a really a bad situation. I hope Don Atlas faces some serious consequences for this. But you know, Johnny D, as he recovers, he's not going to be the only one, because a triple threat match is brutal more than anything else, and we have got a huge one coming up next. Bailey Ray, Maria Black, and Callie Kaplan going head to head in triple threat action.
Is that enough heads for you?
And now, making their way to the ring from Blackpool, England, weighing in at 90 pounds, this is Bailey Ray.
Bailey Ray, small and tiny, but really, really powerful and inspired by the hardcore days of ECW, Tommy Dreamer, the Sandman, the Dudleys, all of them. She's here to make her name on Covenant Pro Wrestling.
Well, you know, Bailey Ray, she lives, breathes, and dies by the phrase, it's not about the size of the fight and the gal, it's about, wait, no, that's the opposite. It's not about the size of the gal and the fight, it's about the size of the fight and the gal. And I'll tell you what, Bailey Ray has a hell of a lot of fight, and she's going to show every single other competitor that she's got in the ring exactly how much fight she's got. She wants to win more than anything else here tonight.
Making their way to the ring from Baton Rouge, Louisiana, weighing in at 146 pounds, this is Bayou Fire, Maria.
It's about to get
Black.
spicy here in the Covenant Pro Wrestling Uproar Arena, because we have the crazed Cajun Maria Black making her way to the ring.
Of course, Maria Black, notable for having gone to Mexico, but now she is here in CPW looking to, well, make her name She only got a brief chance to shine in CWL. I believe she participated in a handful of matches before departing, but now I think she's here to stay in Covenant Pro Wrestling.
I think she's here to stay and here to make an impact and follow in the footsteps of her husband, William Black, and get some championship gold.
Of course, the championship situation, everyone waiting to hear what's going to happen in that regard in the upcoming episodes of Uproar.
Absolutely, everyone is wondering who are going to be the first champions, and I'm sure that we're going to find out in the coming weeks.
Panther, Callie Kaplan.
Don't you just love that music, Jay? That is a bop.
Callie Kaplan making herself known here in CPW, I have to say, and you can already see the fans just electric, loving to see Callie Kaplan here. Definitely the person of these three competitors that I know the most from her time in CWL, and now she's here to bring smiles to faces, and maybe most importantly her own, as she hopes to get a win here on Uproar against both Maria Black and Bailey Ray. She certainly has a tall task ahead of her, but if anyone can do it, Callie Kaplan can. Renowned for her unshakable positivity and her universe-bending abilities.
Definitely renowned, and everyone here has an equal opportunity to make their own name here in Covenant Pro Wrestling, so we never really know what's going to happen.
Well, some more than others. It just depends on how capable you are as a wrestler. Heart means a lot, but with Bailey Ray, we'll see if her size, because she's definitely significantly smaller than her fellow competitors in this match, can help her win the fight. I'm more about equity than I am about equality. You know about this?
Definitely. You want to make sure that those who are at a disadvantage have equal opportunity to, rise to those occasions, and that's exactly what Covenant Pro Wrestling is about, rising up like the Phoenix, and that's what we try to embody here.
But, as admirable of an attitude as that is, when you're in the ring, there's no equity, all right? If you're not good enough, you're going to get your ass kicked. And that's exactly what's happening here as Callie Kaplan, look at that, springboard, flipping inverted DDT. I've never seen anything like it. That was insane. Grounding Maria Black absolutely fairly, and now just brutalizing the back, and that is very smart. Maria Black, of course, likes to employ that burning knee lock, I believe it's called, to take out her foes, but if she doesn't have that core strength, she's not going to be able to push her shoulders up to really hyperextend the knees of her opponents.
That drop kick.
Oh, and I'll tell you what, it'll be hard for her to get any kind of move on if she gets her neck stomped into a fine powder. That was brutal.
Definitely brutal here, and I don't think that is the end of it, because look at this, Bailey Ray, despite her size, just hoisting Callie Kaplan up.
Putting a lot of strain on Bailey Ray's ligaments. If you don't have that muscle mass, that goes straight to just the core framework of your body. And Bailey Ray has got to be careful that she doesn't really damage or injure herself, especially as this match is only getting started. And getting dumped on the back of her neck with an electric chair like that is not going to help. And look at that. The knee. Maria Black, what a wise move, seeing that Bailey Ray was not wearing any knee pads and immediately going after the exposed joint.
You talk about equity earlier, Jay, but every limb on her body has, an equitable chance of getting injured when you're in the ring with Maria Black.
You are absolutely right about that, and Maria Black looking to cause those contusions, those injuries on the knee early, so if she goes for that burning leg lock or knee lock later on in the match, it'll be an easy tap out.
And this is what you like to see. One of the competitors out of the matchup. It's a great opportunity for these two competitors that are still in the ring to put this one away quickly.
Absolutely. Look, Bailey Ray, she's been on the out and out a lot since this match began. But look at this. Looking to get a little bit of payback, causing Maria Black to just dump herself right on her own knees. That has got to be extremely painful for the woman who's traveled to Mexico.
She's traveled to Mexico. She's lived in Louisiana her whole life. I'm sure she can handle the heat. But right now, maybe not.
And now look at that. A beautiful round kick right to the side of the head. But Bailey Ray fires right back, definitely embodying some of that extreme spirit. Hammerlock locked in. keeps the arms pinned, but no, Maria Black immediately coming in with a running double axe handle to smash that pinfall before it can even begin. And Bailey Ray looking a little conflicted as to what to do here as Maria Black just brutalizes the arm, the shoulder, and the elbow of Callie Kaplan. But look at that, oh my God! Taking her down with that massive belly-to-belly suplex.
You know, I wouldn't have believed it unless I saw it, and yes, we just did see that.
And look at that, a shoulder block right to the stomach of Maria Black. Callie Kaplan coming in, but look at that, Maria taking out both competitors with the big boot. And what a kick!
I don't know how the lights are still on up there, but Bailey Ray is battling back.
Fighting as hard as she can here, and now getting her up. Look at that standing Spanish fly. That does not seem possible, but she managed to do it. That was insane. Look at this. Callie just trying to keep Bailey away with this kick.
I don't know if that was taunting or if that was meant to be an effective kick. It was definitely interesting to see all those not connect.
And just absolutely brutalizing her once again. The much smaller structure of Bailey Ray, so much more vulnerable to that brutal neck stomp.
You know, in this match, all we've really seen is brutality, but what is Maria Black going for here?
Hold on, I think she's thinking maybe for that burning knee lock. Oh my God! Getting herself up here. It'll take a monumental amount of effort for Callie Kaplan to keep her hands off the mat. You know, she's every instinct in her body right now is telling her to tap out, but look at this. Unwinding the knees, fighting out of it, escaping. That is absolutely brilliant.
Definitely a close call there for Callie Kaplan, but she was able to fight out of it. But Jay, I'm hearing from producers in the back that's actually called the flaming knee lock. Her other signature or finisher is called the burning headache. So we've got to get it right out here or the check will not clear.
Right, yes. Various forms of heat present in Maria's offense as Bailey Ray, look at that combination, flattens her with the DDT. Extremely impressive from the young extreme aspirator. That's not the right word. Aspiring to be something. You know what I mean. Once again, Maria Black looking for that leg lock, the flaming knee lock, as I'm told it is called.
Isn't that just
as
all
I knew it was
aspirating
called.
for you, Jay? All aspirating.
Well, I'll tell you what, these competitors, they've got to be aspirating pretty hard considering how much punishment they've absorbed already in this match. Once you get going in a match like this, I'll tell you what, it's hard to tell for, you know, the ordinary person, the non-athlete in the crowd. But these women have, I mean, more stamina than I would say 99% of the planet. The way that they are just fighting on and on and on, regardless of how many hits they take. They've had the wind driven out of their lungs 100 times at this point. But once again, they keep on fighting, and Callie Kaplan is looking to not give Bailey Ray an inch. Connecting with that kick to the gut. Has her hooked up. I think she's looking for it. The Neon Sunset. 2.
Maria Black breaking that up. Very smart move.
And I don't think it could have been any closer than that.
Wait a minute.
MKM locked in. Could Maria Black tap? She's flailing. She's starting to fade. And that's it. Callie Kaplan taps out Maria Black, submits her with that vicious choke to get herself her first CPW victory.
And that is it for that matchup. Incredible win by Callie Kaplan, an incredible performance by everyone else in that match. That is what we love to see here.
Now look at that pinfall from Bailey Ray, one of her big opportunities to win this thing. Did not happen.
Via submission, the Neon Panther, Callie Kaplan.
Callie Kaplan may have spent the match schmooving, but it certainly got her those results. And, you know, we got 2 more guys coming up next. They're looking for results as well. Morgan Sharp, the Renegade, versus Damon Ryder.
The man who needs no nickname, just wants the adrenaline rush.
Yeah, certainly an adrenaline junkie. And, I mean, what better way to express that than to challenge someone in a no-holds-barred match. That is insane.
Definitely insane.
Making his way to the ring from Yo Mama's house, weighing in at 188 pounds, he is Damon Ryder.
What I was going to say, Jay, before I didn't want to interrupt a fantastic ring announcer there, is it's definitely insane, but Damon Ryder just might be that.
Absolutely an adrenaline junkie to the core. He is looking to just, well, brutalize his opponent here tonight and just experience those extreme thrills. And, you know, face paint has a little bit of a reputation in professional wrestling. The guys who paint themselves up, just, they want to reach a new level. They want to ascend beyond the typical experiences of the mortal man. They want to become something greater. And Damon Ryder, who has himself painted up like I want to say a nightmare dinosaur, definitely falls into that same category.
Nightmare dinosaur or very, deathly broccoli or something. Either way, you're not going to like it when it's on the opposite side of you.
Definitely wins that intimidation factor for sure.
And weighing in at 215 pounds, standing at a height of 6 feet 2 inches tall, he is the Renegade, Morgan Sharp.
Morgan Sharp, as we saw last week, is no longer the deputy of the CWL. He is the Renegade of Covenant Pro Wrestling, and he is here to make a statement against the very ambitious and very aggressive Damon Ryder.
Well, I'll tell you what, if there's one thing I know about Morgan Sharp, it's that he has a pretty abysmal win-loss record across his career. So to be a Renegade here, he'll definitely need to prove me wrong, that he has what it takes to win in the professional wrestling business, and he has a great opportunity here to do that against Damon Ryder.
I think Morgan Sharp now has his eyes on the prize, and that's just not being in someone else's corner and being someone else's lackey. Starting off to be your own man is a step in the right direction for Morgan Sharp.
I think some of the greatest wrestlers in history have been someone's lackey. Like Rodrigo Del Gaiso.
Well, that's debatable, Jay, but you know what? We're getting ready to go back into the action here.
Absolutely. If I can take a break for putting myself over for 1 second, we can focus on this match. Let's see if I can make it happen. We've got Damon Ryder and Morgan Sharp locking up. What a knee drop. Just a face breaker, absolutely dropping it across his neck. And I have to say, we talked about Damon Ryder being that adrenaline junkie, but the way that Morgan Sharp launched himself off this ropes, I have to say, definitely, already starting to prove my opinion of him wrong.
Morgan Sharp has added new things to his repertoire there, and he is going to show everyone in Covenant Pro Wrestling exactly what he's capable of.
And look at that dragon suplex, just jumping him on the back of the head. That is absolutely massive. And looks like someone was taking notes during our opening contest, trying to take a page out of what works to get the win. Damon Ryder gnawing on the hand. Keeping a sharp eye on Morgan Sharp here. How appropriate as he takes him over with that, leaping Hurricane Rana.
Well, Morgan is not out yet with that dragon screw. He's trying to bring everything back into his good graces here, but taken down already, and Damon Ryder going up and saying, stand up. I'm going to do something to you right now. And again.
Call him to his feet. Another one of those huge leaping Hurricane Ranas. And, I have to say, Damon Ryder with that neon green, not letting any eyes be taken off of him, and just brutalizing once again the hand. This is unsanitary at this point.
We're just coming hot off the heels of coronavirus. We don't want to be eating each other's hands in the ring. Maybe that's a new rule we have to have.
Maybe he's taking the whole dinosaur paint thing a little bit too literally.
I think so, maybe. Damon...
Whoa, hold on! Damon Ryder looking to roll through and possibly pop up with a cutter. Morgan Sharp looking to pop up and roll through with a cutter. But Damon Ryder catching him with that massive kick before he was able to get it going. But look at this, coming down with a low flatliner. Could it be enough to get the victory? But no, Morgan Sharp looking to maintain, keep the ball rolling, not looking to stop for a second. He knows Damon Ryder willing to absorb so much punishment to take the win. He knows he has to do a little bit more damage if he wants to get a successful pinfall over his adrenaline junkie opponent here. And once again, folks, I have to remind you, this match is no holds barred. Damon Ryder can go for that hand bite as many times as he wants, and if this spills to the outside, these guys can get some hardware.
It could very well spill to the outside, and, you know, very dangerous objects could be introduced into this matchup. But it's seeming like, until Damon missed that wheel kick there, that he doesn't need any of those objects. He can get it done on his own.
Whoa, vicious suplex there. Sort of a modified teardrop, and then immediately going for the arm stomp. And Morgan Sharp going to the top. I have to say, none of our contests so far have really had any, significant time on the outside. Oh my god, Swanton! Maybe going, trying to mock one of Damon's idols, Jeff Hardy. But Damon saw it coming, caught him with the knees, and then caught him again with a massive Shining Wizard.
Is that it? And it is! Damon Ryder picking up his second consecutive victory here in the CPW, in just as many matches.
Yeah, definitely. Something that we gotta, adjust to. All new things.
All new things.
And I believe, he, is known for employing that Shining Wizard, but he doesn't really have a name for it.
Usually you see that Shining Wizard accompanied with a Bulldog, but I guess he said he didn't need it on that occasion.
And, looking at past judgments, look at that. I have to say, very impressed from Damon Ryder. I don't know what I was expecting, but I was wowed, I was shocked, I was impressed, and you know what, I have to say as well, Morgan Sharp absolutely proven me wrong. Massive fight out of that guy. Very impressive from both competitors, and we were just getting the ball rolling here in CPW. There's so much more for these folks to achieve, and we have two guys who are looking to achieve a lot here. Butch, the lunatic, and facing off against Will Sheridan, carrying the flag very much of CPW in this match.
Definitely. And I think both of these competitors, much like Damon Ryder and Morgan Sharp, have upped their game, are going to have to up their game against each other, because neither one wants to say die.
Making his way to the ring from Fort Lauderdale, Florida, weighing in at 229 pounds, he is the live wire, Will Sheridan!
Will Sheridan making his way to the ring, into the ring that he made possible, ready to take on Butch.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out Butch. Will Sheridan, who I of course have seen wrestle numerous times. Guy's got a lot of talent. But will he be able to capitalize on it here against a lunatic? He was able to get that win in our first episode of CPW Uproar, but will he be able to follow up, keep the streak going against someone who may be a little bit more unhinged than he's prepared for?
You know, that patch on Will Sheridan's jeans says pro-violence, pro-choice, and I think the pro-violence part of that is going to come out tonight.
From Manchester, England, weighing in at 214 pounds, he is the
We got
lunatic,
the Butch cam locked right on Butch, who, as is a lunatic as his name suggests. I mean, and that certainly comes across with his fashion sense. I've never seen anyone mix tights and sneakers in that same way. Wow.
He's deranged, and he's so deranged that he had to have his own security camera.
And of course, that enigmatic mask covering the features of the man known as Butch. What will he do?
What won't he do is the question.
That is a good question, actually. That is a better question than my question. What won't he do? What is this man not willing to stoop to? I don't think we know what depths this guy is willing to go to. And of course, not exactly the biggest, but he's certainly trim. Got a lot of definition on that physique. You love to see it. Will Sheridan able to escape out of that suplex attempt and follow up with a German of his own, crashing him right against the shoulder blades.
And that's one of the things you got to look out for Will Sheridan. He will not say die. He is looking to counter every single move, and he has a way to do it. It's going to take a lot for Butch to take out Will Sheridan tonight.
Both of these guys, it looks like, focus a little bit more on the upper body than the lower, which, we'll see how that pays off in the grand scheme of things. And look at it catch him with a double axe handle. But Butch hit his shoulder charge, kept the shoulder stiff, and caught Will Sheridan right under the armpit. That is a huge nerve cluster. That has got to be incredibly painful for Will Sheridan to receive.
Definitely got to be painful, but Will Sheridan looking to capitalize on the downed Butch there.
Fin de Mundo does not keep him down. Just crushing him there. Massive neck breaker and looking to follow up. Will Sheridan has the definitive advantage at this point, but Butch can absorb a lot of punishment, so we'll see if he's able to fight back as things go on. Hitting the jawbreaker, but will he be able to capitalize? Getting him up here. Look at that. Massive German suplex dumping him right on his neck.
You know, Butch, we can't see behind the mask, but we can see what he's showing us right now. What he's showing us is sheer brutality and a thirst to take out Will Sheridan.
You know, Butch kind of reminds me of the Joker from the movie Joker. Have you seen that?
I've seen that movie. Was it about the guy named the Joker?
It was, and I kind of feel like, that's kind of the same vibe as we've got going on from Butch here, a real lunatic.
Definitely has the lunatic vibes. Will Sheridan going for a pin, but only a 2. It's way too early in this matchup, especially for someone like Butch.
Now look at that. Oh my god, that's maybe the most vicious dragon screw I've ever seen in my life. Absolutely taking Butch for a ride here. And now looking to follow up and not trying to take away from Butch here. Look at this, firing back immediately with the vicious strikes. And beautiful Northern Lights suplex. I have to say, for a lunatic, his technique is pretty bang on point.
And that big Superman punch there, and is it going to be it?
Almost a lunatic shot right across the face, giving it everything he's got, and Will Sheridan barely able to get the shoulder up, barely able to hang on to consciousness.
I don't want to jinx anybody here, Jay, but I am so surprised that Will Sheridan was not busted open at that punch.
Well, maybe he's about to get busted open now as the hook kick connects, absolutely smashing him with the back of the heel. 2. Able to get the shoulder up. That was so goddamn close.
So close, but not close enough. Will Sheridan is not out of this contest yet. Man,
I would say no cigar, but I don't think Butch can fit a cigar. I don't think he has a mouth hole on the mask.
I think that's the next revision of the mask, for sure. It's going to be a custom order.
And dropping the neck once again. I have to say, a lot of neck and head focus here from Butch. That has got to be pretty deadly. And I gotta say, I'm a little surprised that he was able to connect with that kick so effectively, considering his relative lack of muscle mass in the leg area. But Will Sheridan immediately got him hooked up, turning that right into a powerbomb, vertical suplex right into a powerbomb. Extremely impressive.
That is the buffer overflow. Will Sheridan's put out many opponents with this move, and only a 2.
But not putting out Butch, I have to say. I think this guy might have done his research. A lot of guys, they come in with they go for a kind of unhinged kind of preparation. Hold on.
And you said Will Sheridan focuses more on the upper body, but on his opponents, he focuses on the legs. That is the Will Breaker.
The Will Breaker might be particularly effective here on, of course, Butch, who focuses, who seems to have more of a developed upper body than lower body, and just taking him over with the monkey flip, dropping him right on the back.
What is this?
What's going on here?
The Entertainer. The Entertainer's out here.
He heard what I said about Joker, and he had to respond.
Entertainer and Will Sheridan do have that history, and we know the Entertainer is just itching to fight him again.
Oh, and going for that roll-up. Oh, so close. I have to say, very good technique, but he was not able to hook the leg successfully. Will Sheridan was able to kick out, and now sending Butch into the corner.
Well, was that enough to throw Will Sheridan off? Now he's busted open.
Smashing the face against the turnbuckle, and now bouncing him off the ropes. What's he looking for here? Oh my god! a spinning elbow strike.
Just a violent elbow, and that's what you like to see in a matchup like this, where two people are so accustomed to violence, you've got to crank it up to an 11.
I'm looking to press the advantage, going for the pin here. Could this be it? No, Will Sheridan kicks out once again. But I think Butch has what it takes if he's able to follow up here. Vicious knee strike, continuing to focus on the head. If he can connect with another one of those brutal kicks, he might be able to finish off Will Sheridan for good.
I know we can't see it right now, but I'm sure that Butch, under his mask, is smiling because everything seems to be coming up roses for him right now. Will Sheridan is in bad shape. Butch has something planned. What's it going to be?
Has him up on the shoulders. Oh, we've seen this before. Takes him over. The feast your eyes, connecting flush in between the eyes of Will Sheridan, and Butch scoring his second successful victory here in CPW.
I can't believe it, but you know, Butch is making a statement along with Damon Ryder, the only two competitors right now that have consecutive wins. That's got to mean something for title contention whenever that is announced. And you see there, Butch capitalizing on the interference from the Entertainer with that schoolboy. It wasn't enough there, but he still got the job done.
Schoolboy, a tried and tested method of gaining a victory, and now Butch celebrating his well-earned victory over Will Sheridan here. Interference from the Entertainer aside.
This,
hold on, what do we got going on here?
Backstage
area. Oh, we've got Hisano
and Ashley Walsh. We've heard that Hisano is not thrilled with Ashley Walsh giving her best friend Lauren Osborne the win in that fatal 5-way last week. It looks like Hisano is taking exception with her right now.
Yeah, certainly seems so. Falcon Arrow into goddamn concrete. Ashley Walsh is going to be lucky if she's not out for good.
That can cause a concussion, and we see it on the screens here. Everyone is watching. Hisano's got her lifted up, hoisted.
What's she thinking about here? Oh my god. Power slam through the table.
Someone needs to call an ambulance right now because there is, devastation reigning in the back.
Someone needs to call the cops. Jesus. But up next, we've got... that'll get sorted out, of course. We have a immaculate backstage staff here at CPW that'll take care of that incident. Lord Chancho versus Mac Daddy Furnace. How do you see this thing playing out?
Well, I have never seen Lord Chancho, and I've seen Mac Daddy Furnace in the past. But Mac Daddy Furnace says he's better than Cena, so I don't know how this is going to go.
I believe it's Lord Chancho that says he's better than Cena, and I believe he says he's beaten Cena. Goldberg, of course, beat Goldberg to take his locker room. He gets a Fortnite Victory Battle Royale, or whatever. Is that the terminology? Every time he boots up the old Fortnite video game.
He boots up the old Fortnite video game, and I think it's working. His aesthetic might not match the typical wrestler that you usually see, but I've heard stories about Lord Chancho in just on the internet. He's already talked about.
Oh, he's very talked about. Absolutely.
Tenured member of the Burger King Kids Club, Lord Chancho.
And as we hear the announcing team doing a wonderful job and letting us know that Lord Chancho is the most senior member of the Burger King Kids Club. So maybe that will explain the crown that he's wearing.
Well, yeah, they don't give those things away, all right? You have to earn that. Lord Chancho, a legend, according to him in this business, beating just about everyone who matters, including Bruno Sammartino, which, is a miraculous feat, of course. We know how capable that man is. And he does not have what you call the traditional wrestling physique, but as you said, we're an equity-based company. Everyone gets a shot.
Everyone gets a shot. He's got that gamer body bod, and he is ready to take on his opponent here.
Making their way to the ring from Yorkshire, England, weighing in at 245 pounds, this is Mac Daddy
Mac Daddy Furness likens himself to a charismatic, enigmatic son of a bitch, and he is here in CPW, ready to make a statement.
Absolutely looking to make his debut. I have heard a little bit about Mac Daddy Furness before, but we'll see if he's able to, really capitalize, really make the most of this opportunity here against Lord Chancho, who I'm sure is going to be maybe the most difficult foe he's ever faced in his career.
Yeah, Lord Chancho is a heavy boy, and as we look at Mac Daddy, he is not so. So maybe this will be a difficult task.
Especially these guys, they have a wide repertoire, of course. Mac Daddy Furness immediately going in with the DDT. Lord Chancho not able to get a lot of momentum to start out, but I'm sure he'll be able to change that situation very soon. Whoa, look at that, the strength of Mac Daddy Furness, taking the entire bulk of Lord Chancho and hitting that massive Poison Rana.
It's the return of the Mac, Jay. He's got to bring everything he's got.
Once again, oh, look at that, stomping on the hand. Oh, the excellent hand-eye coordination, the lightning-fast reflexes of expert gamer Lord Chancho may not serve any purpose here. Now they're just being devastated by these stomps. Oh, but hold on, look at this massive shot to the gut. And Lord Chancho isn't done yet. Clubbing blow, and whoa, what a back suplex from the big man. Or the wide man, I guess I should say.
He's built from a Walmart near you, and I'll tell you right now, Lord Chancho looks like he's got a lot of bang for your buck.
And just coming in, massive shots, but Mac Daddy Furness refuses to be cowed by the size of Lord Chancho, looking to fire back, but Lord Chancho might have his number. Russian leg sweep, you don't see that very often.
You don't see that very often at all, especially from a guy that size, but biting again in this matchup.
And going for it again, not giving him even a second to rest. I have to say, Lord Chancho has a lot of experience gnawing at the wings at B-dubs, and maybe he's using some of that experience here to take out his opponent's fingers and hands.
Definitely using that experience, but that elbow drop is an experience of its own for Mac Daddy Furness.
Look at this. I believe Lord Chancho actually holds... he told me he has the world record for most wings eaten in one sitting. He says he never leaves a speck of meat on the bone, and I just pity Mac Daddy Furness for having to absorb the terrible chompers of Lord Chancho.
We've all seen the KFC commercial, I think I ate the bones, but in Lord Chancho's case, he did eat the bones, and he liked it.
Getting caught with those knees to the back, I have to say, that has got to feel bad for Lord Chancho, but maybe just as bad for Mac Daddy Furness, as the smaller man definitely making up for what he lacks in width for some of that speed.
There is a lot of activity on the part of Mac Daddy Furness to stay in this matchup with that Samoan drop.
Look at the speed on that Samoan drop, yeah. That was crazy. And just, splash in the corner, I have to say, that certainly seems effective.
I think it's time to
party. What's he looking for here?
I think it's time to party with this one. The Worm!
Whoa! That is absolutely insane.
Furness.
But able to escape.
Furness is still in this matchup. I can't believe it.
I have to say, if there's one thing Lord Chancho has going for him, it's maybe that he's the highest ranking Takuache in all of CPW. But firing back with that fist, definitely going to keep... Oh, I was going to say, going to keep Mac Daddy Furness down, but I guess not, because he was able to turn around, and hit that massive bulldog off the ropes.
That particular situation with these two competitors, I thought it was going to go the other way. It looked like he was going to get pushed off, but Mac was able to hold on to that.
Absolutely, the adaptability there of Mac Daddy Furness fully on display. And once again, that absolutely devastating elbow drop in our first match that is properly spilled to the outside.
And this is not falls count anywhere. This is not no holds barred. This is a risk on the part of both competitors, just going out there and having a ball, I guess you could say.
Oh my god, look at that. Sending his shoulder straight into that solid steel barricade. That is going to be extremely painful for Mac Daddy Furness. And now the double leg, taking him down. And look at this. The palm strikes. Looks like Lord Chancho's been picking up the latest copy of UFC, because that is some excellent technique he's displaying
Lord
there.
Chancho turning Mac Daddy Furnace's face into mashed potatoes, but he's still standing out on his feet, but Mac now countering into that reverse DDT.
Smashing the back of the head right against that barely padded concrete. That is a concussion and a half if I've ever seen one. And now giving it everything he's got, throwing his whole body into these strikes, doing whatever he can to keep Lord Chancho down. But Chancho fighting back. Not enough, though, as Mac Daddy maintains control. Inverted atomic drop right there, and then following up with that upward leg kick right to the jaw.
I have to wonder if staying outside for this long is a good strategy. They've been out here for a good portion of this match, and everything out here is dangerous. What do you think about that, Jay?
Well, it all just depends on the referee's count. Will they be able to get back in the ring in time? Looks like Mac Daddy Furnace is deciding that it's his time to come back into the ring. Maybe hoping to get catch Lord Chancho with a count out, but Chancho coming back in, and just as Mac Daddy Furnace goes back out, Lord Chancho going to meet him, but Mac Daddy Furnace was ready, looking to keep the brawling going on the outside. Oh, this is nice. Grinding him down with that devastating hold and then stomping the arm through. That was deadly.
I think that's what you have to do. Take away all the limbs of Lord Chancho and just take him off of his feet. And Mac Daddy Furnace is doing that the best he can right now.
Sending him into the ring now. Setting him up. This could be bad. This could be bad for Lord Chancho. Oh my gosh, just throwing him across the ring with that hip toss. But not quite able to finish this thing off. Just a 2 count there. But it was extremely close. If he's able to follow up with, well, anything else, it could be spelled the end for Lord Chancho. But Chancho firing back. Look at this piston-like right into the gut of Mac Daddy Furnace, and immediately following up at the back. What's he looking for here? We'll never get to see it. Mac Daddy catching him with the elbow. And what a Uranagi. Oh, and following up, he's got the Anaconda Vice locked in.
The Anaconda Vice might be it. You know, he's struggling, and I think part of that was not being able to fully wrap his arms around Lord Chancho's neck. It's a difficult task, but Mac Daddy Furnace gave it his best shot.
And look at that, the Uranagi immediately followed up by the elbow drop. Things are looking bad. I have to say, things were looking definitively in Mac Daddy Furnace's corner just a second ago. But now Lord Chancho looking to turn that all on its head. Oh my god, the grand hammer just taking Mac Daddy Furnace to the sky. 2, could this be it? Oh, barely. But the power of that strike just ragdolling Mac Daddy Furnace, and now that stiff punch grounding him once again.
I'm sure that they measure that on the Richter scale, but Mac Daddy Furnace has got something planned here. And Lord Chancho with a counter with the Dragon Screw.
He's not done yet. Getting him back up. Once again, going for these shots. Beautiful shot to the gut, immediately followed up by the uppercut. And I have to say, I really doubted the stamina of Lord Chancho, but he is going the distance, hitting that Russian leg drop. What am I trying to say here? What is going on? I'm just so, I'm so baffled. This is what it is. I'm baffled by Lord Chancho.
I'm baffled too. You know, the more I see him, the more he reminds me of Butterbean, legendary boxer.
The more I see him, I feel like he's like eroding the sanctity of pro wrestling from my brain. It's almost like I'm having my knowledge erased. But Mac Daddy Furnace saving me from ultimate cranial deletion by hitting that massive springboard moonsault and pinning Lord Chancho. My God, that was
unexpected.
Really not what I expected it to be. Yeah, absolutely. And Lord Chancho, look at this. I've heard he's a sore loser, but maybe looking to settle things with a nice handshake. And look at the respect between these two guys. That is just gorgeous.
You love to see it. It's a fledgling company, a new era, and they're all making their connections and figuring out where they stand. It's a good thing for some of these competitors that they are making these alliances, because how are those going to play out later?
Very true. And, well, we got a massive contest coming up next. Lauren Osborne. She's shy out of the ring, but she sure knows how to throw a punch within one versus Cammy B, one-on-one.
Cammy B, of course, the wife of Johnny D, who we saw earlier. Cammy B is a powerhouse as well as a striker with some MMA experience. So Lauren Osborne's going to have her hands full.
Definitely has her work cut out for her. We'll see how things unfold in this next contest.
Making her way to the ring from Newark, New Jersey, weighing in at 135 pounds, she is Cammy B.
Cammy B, of course, lost her debut match last week to Belle Florent and is looking to make up for that, so to speak, with Lauren Osborne.
Absolutely. You know, these two, they're very determined, they're very focused. Cammy B, if she's got any of the work ethic that Johnny D has, she's certainly going to be a force to be reckoned with. She seems very confident coming into the ring. She thinks that she can absolutely flatten Lauren Osborne, but I have to say I was very impressed by her showing last week.
Definitely, and I do think that Cammy B is here to work, but who is also here to work is Lauren Osborne.
And making her way to the ring from the Welsh Valleys, weighing in at 141 pounds, she is the Youngblood, Lauren Osborne.
Youngblood Lauren Osborne making her way to the ring. She's one of the few here that has gotten the victory so far, and she is looking to double that up again tonight.
Has her eyes incredibly focused on her opponent. As you mentioned before, you know, she's a little bit of a shrinking violet, a little bit of a wilting personality outside the ring, but she sure knows how to wrestle.
Definitely, and her eyes are locked on her opponent there. Stepping into the ring, tripped a little, but that's how you know that she is ready for this contest. She had no intention on thinking of anything else other than Cammy B.
And now these two ready to go at it. Waiting to be unleashed. Here we go. Lauren Osborne looking for a big swing, but getting cut off by the kick of Cammy B. And now the knee's getting driven into the gut. Cammy B looking to make short work of this one, as you said. Looking to kind of get some ground back after her loss to Belle Florent, and following up with that big moonsault.
Starting off with a bang for sure, but Lauren Osborne's not having any of that with those forearms to the face.
Reversing that mount. That was beautiful work. We talked about the MMA experience of Cammy B, but maybe Lauren Osborne's got some MMA experience as well, the way that she was able to turn that around. But look at this. Stomps to the back. And, you know, this move, it's banned across the world. I'm very surprised that Cammy B is executing it now. Wrenching back on the fingers. Reminiscent of course, professional wrestler Peter England. The pure frustration of this move for many wrestlers caused it to be banned, in professional wrestling companies across the globe, but Cammy B executing it here, and then also hitting that massive knee strike across the jaw.
And I'm sure, you know, there's going to be an all-staff meeting regarding that move and also the hand fighting that we've been seeing tonight. But for now, do everything you can to get the win.
Absolutely. And here we've got, look at that, the Russian leg sweep immediately transitioned into that mount. I have to say, you were absolutely right when you talked about the MMA experience. And look at this, the striking experience there coming into play. The massive knee strike maybe taking a tooth out of Lauren Osborne's mouth. But if there's anything I know about that general area of the planet, their teeth are pretty messed up in the first place, so it wouldn't be that bad.
Well, what I know about Lauren Osborne is teeth or no teeth, she's still going to smile, Jay. So I don't know how much it matters.
That's a good point. She's got that fighting spirit for sure. But now getting sent to the ring. Cammy B making a statement, kind of almost toying with her here.
Yeah, it's got to do a number on your fighting spirit to be dumped out on your head outside the ring.
Now picking her up. Looking to clock her with a couple of these strikes. Massive kick to the gut. This is deadly. Oh my God, what a shot to the jaw.
And this is our second contest today with outside interaction outside the ring. So it looks like we're all taking notes on each other's matches and bringing some things into our game plans.
Well, that's how the best wrestlers do it. You know, you have to pay attention to what your other competitors are doing. That's how you're going to get the edge. and if you have to do a little bit of copying, a little bit of stealing even, that's just, all is fair in love and pro wrestling. And this is definitely what we've got going on here. Look at this, the strikes once again to the gut. The enormity of this contest setting my head spinning, I have to say. But look at this. Oh, got her in the sleeper.
This could be
Bulldog choke locked in.
a bad situation, flailing, and she taps.
Oh my god. That was incredibly fast. Cammy B just brutalizing Laura Osborne here.
And that just goes to show you how quickly she can put on the pressure.
And your winner of this contest.
Absolutely, the pressure straight to the carotid artery and getting the massive win here. Congratulations. Although Lauren Osborne, she seems to be impressed.
Two in a row. 2 in a row, handshakes. You love to see it.
I do love to see it. I truly do love to see it.
And we know that Cammy B's main goal is the CPW Women's Championship whenever those matchups are announced. So you got to think that this bodes well for her.
Yeah, celebrating the big victory here. That is fantastic. But our main event coming up here, we have got a triple threat match. Seth Dallas, Chris Edwards, and Jamie Clark head to head once again. This is going to be massive.
It seems like Will Sheridan wasn't content with just one debut. We have 3 in one match. Excited to see this go.
100%. I've seen so much from all these competitors, and I know that they are all looking to make a statement. Maybe shoot up in the rankings a little bit to get that first shot at the CPW World Championship.
From London, England, weighing in at 256 pounds, this is Jamie Clark.
Now, this is my first time in Covenant Pro Wrestling seeing Jamie Clark. I've seen some of his footage on the indies. Of course, the son of Cassidy Clark and Alex Clark, also trained by the CWL's Michael Young. So this is definitely a competitor that's going to show us what he's capable of.
Absolutely. He's here at a legal fighting age due to strange space-time activities that I don't completely understand. But what I do know is that he is technically over 18, he has signed the waiver, and he is ready to get his teeth knocked in. Or knock some teeth in. We'll see what happens.
Definitely we'll see what happens, but he's going to have his hands full with his opponents.
Well, we'll see how this thing plays out because, yeah, we have got some massive talent coming out to challenge Jamie Clark in this main event of Uproar.
From Carson City, Nevada, weighing in at 251 pounds, he is the Chopper, Seth Dallas.
251 pounds of pure chopping power. Seth Dallas making his Covenant Pro Wrestling debut.
Chop this, as he's fond of saying, and I'm sure people certainly will try. But Seth Dallas, of course, a really very, very competent professional wrestler. Maybe looking to put Jamie Clark through his paces a little bit here.
I think he's definitely looking forward to putting people through their paces here in Covenant Pro. But he's going to have his work cut out for him, definitely, with the next competitor coming in.
Absolutely. This match would be huge enough as it is, but we've got one more massive competitor to make this a massive triple threat match. And I have to say, this one could really go any way.
But unconcerned with all of that, Seth Dallas pandering a little to the crowd and letting them know that he is here.
And now, making their way to the ring from Miami, Florida, weighing in at 223 pounds, this is the Sauce, Chris Edwards.
Can you believe it, Jay? It's the Sauce!
I can indeed. You know, Chris Edwards and I, we have a little bit of a fraught history. But if there's one thing I know about him is that he's a goddamn good professional wrestler. looking to teach these guys a lesson or two about how to get things done in between these ropes. And I think he can make it happen if only he's able to overcome the, extremely significant challenge of both Jamie Clark and Seth Dallas.
If anyone can do it, it would be Chris Edwards. We've seen him overcome situations like this before, but we can never count anyone out here in these kinds of matchups.
Chris Edwards, he has a way of sneaking those big wins when people least expect it. And now looking to take advantage of the confusion. Seth Dallas hitting a... What's he going for here? Oh, God. No. Oh, my God. Package powerbomb slam. Dropping Jamie Clark right on his neck. Chris Edwards looking to take advantage of the confusion, but not able to make it happen. Jamie Clark hits him away and hits a massive backstabber on Seth Dallas. And now connecting with the chop. And immediately going inside a headlock, catching him with the punch. Chris Edwards not looking to be overshadowed by his fellow competitors, even though he is the smaller man in this matchup.
And we see Jamie Clark saying, "That was not cool. We have a problem here."
Dropping him down on the back, looking for the pin. But Jamie Clark able to kick out Chris Edwards a little bit too late to break it up. Oh! I think Chris Edwards thought that Seth Dallas was going to continue to focus on Jamie Clark, but immediately turning down. Springboard forearm right into the face of Chris Edwards.
It's good strategy, and we see him going up again. I've got to say, the double axe handles don't seem like they're paying off for anyone here in Covenant Pro Wrestling.
Well, maybe it's going to be like 10 times the charm. Massive double underhook suplex there. Butterfly bridge absolutely devastating him. Following up with a big vertical suplex. Of course, Jamie Clark knows all the fundamentals. Trained with Michael Young, as mentioned earlier. One of the best to ever do it. And now, got him up. Sharp fists right to the side of the head. This could disorient Chris Edwards enough to allow Jamie Clark to get the definitive win. If only Seth Dallas is not able to recover. It looks like Chris Edwards has gotten the advantage back. Got the full mount on. Massive clubbing blows to the side of the head. And now looking to focus here on Seth Dallas. Setting him out.
And between these two in the ring right now, you would think that Jamie Clark had an age advantage, but I'm not so sure after being dumped on his neck and his back. His back might be in the condition of an 85-year-old man at this point.
Yeah, now especially after receiving all of that massive springboard moonsault. But Seth Dallas was ready for Chris Edwards' assault. Leaping off the ropes, catching him with the cutter, dropping him right on the top of his head. I've seen him miss that one before, but that connected to devastating effect.
It's almost like they were tagging out there, because now Chris Edwards is out on the outside with Seth Dallas and Jamie Clark going at it.
Oh, looking for the lariat, but Jamie Clark able to dodge it, of course. Maybe no move that Jamie Clark is more familiar with than the lariat, considering his trainer. And now dumping him on the back of the neck with that massive Uranagi. This could be it. 2. Oh, Seth Dallas gets the shoulder up, but Chris Edwards quick to take advantage. Kick to the back. Has the arm hooked, and now coming in with the massive discus lariat. Spitting in the face of Jamie Clark's training a little bit.
Well, I think it's something that he definitely knows how to take, and although it hurt, I don't think Jamie Clark is out of this matchup. But we have to look at Seth Dallas right now. Almost got hit with that wheel kick, but able to evade it.
Dodge that and dodge the spinning punch. Or pardon me, I think that was maybe even the 5-8. Oh, look, Jamie Clark looking for that 5-8-5 lariat wherever he can get it, but unfortunately it looks like everyone else is just completely uninterested.
It honestly seems like everyone in this matchup right now was just delirious. Everyone tried to hit big moves and none of them hit. And just as I say that...
that massive kick connected, but the standing shooting star not able to connect. Jamie Clark escaping. I think he was finally looking to get that 5-8-5 lariat, but Seth Dallas reversed into that massive Northern Light suplex, and now it's Chris Edwards who has the advantage. Oh, look at that heel kick.
Jamie Clark clearing the ring.
Beautiful drop kick there. Sliding out.
Electing to go outside.
Looking for the knee strike. That massive God Killer knee. But Chris Edwards, I was going to say Seth Dallas still recovering over there, but Chris Edwards managing to block it.
And even though Seth Dallas is winded over on the opposite side of the ring, he is in the better position right now, in comparison to Chris Edwards.
And Jamie Clark once again looking for that 585 lariat, and finally connecting. I think that was his 5th swing with it, maybe even his 6th. Chris Edwards letting the pinfall happen here, but now choosing to break it up. Taking a wild shot at Jamie Clark now, and Clark whiffing with that forearm. Might have taken a tooth out of Jamie Clark's mouth with that last punch, and he's not done. Oh, I was going to say he's not done, but Jamie Clark was ready, reversing that full mount and following up with some forearm strikes of his own.
We talked about Lauren Osborne potentially losing teeth earlier, but Chris Edwards, I don't think he could handle it. His ego would be too damaged. He's got to look out for those shots.
And that running knee strike taking Jamie Clark for a very unpleasant ride. Jamie Clark looking to hook Seth Dallas up for maybe the brain buster, but not able to connect. Massive suplex throwing Jamie Clark halfway across the ring and successfully following up with a standing shooting star.
It's like Seth has something planned. What's he going to do?
Going up to the top. Chris Edwards starting to recover, though. He's got to watch out. Look at that splash.
Enormous splash.
Absolutely. Beautiful enziguri, but he's not done yet. Kick to the shoulder. Now it's Chris Edwards going up at the top. Jamie Clark is still flat and out. Looking for the stomp, but Seth Dallas was able to trip him up by rolling into it. What's Edwards looking here? Got him up on the shoulders. Oh my God, he can't be thinking about it. Burning hammer. 2. Oh,
not quite enough.
Seth Dallas gets the shoulder up in the nick of time. But, oh my God, look at this military press from Jamie Clark. Deadlifting him from the ground and now just dropping him right on his face.
You've got to think some of the exhaustion from this matchup is affecting these competitors, but they're not showing it.
The fisherman suplex, perfect technique there from Jamie Clark. Almost daring Chris Edwards to hit him back with something. Chris Edwards happy to oblige, busting him open on that turnbuckle, and now looking to follow up with some of those kicks right to the abdomen. But Seth Dallas has begun to recover. He's going to be picking the bones of whoever comes out of this encounter.
I've got to wonder if this is technically child endangerment with Jamie Clark. But Chris Edwards
rolling through, but Jamie Clark connecting with that kick. Chris Edwards now looking for it. Unprettier, smashing the forehead of Jamie Clark right into the ground, the already busted open forehead. And now, oh, I thought he was going to go for the wide B, but picking him up and taking him around. These guys know a lot of moves.
These guys know a lot of moves, for sure.
And once again, look at this. Noon to 6 knee strikes right to the head. Illegal in many fighting promotions, but of course in Uproar, it's all legal, baby. Chops just absolutely tanning the hide of Jamie Clark. Chris Edwards looking to press his advantage.
These kicks.
It can't be. Look at that. Multiple curb stomps, dribbling Jamie Clark's head off the canvas like a goddamn basketball. Oh, look at this. The band moved. Once again, reminiscent of legendary professional wrestler Peter England.
And just like that.
And this is rough, dropping the knees across the back.
We've talked a little bit about almost everything is legal here in Covenant Pro Wrestling. Maybe too much is legal.
Absolutely. And, I have to say, I'm surprised that Chris Edwards, of anyone, would use the forbidden British repertoire of Peter England. But it seems like there's no lows he's not willing to stoop to win this professional wrestling match. This massive main event here on our second ever edition of Uproar. And whoever comes out of this one, whoever comes out of this thing with a win, has got to be considered an early favorite for contention for that CPW World Championship.
I have to agree with you there. I've seen the title. It's a beautiful title, and I can see it on all three of these men's waist.
And now, the arm snap, just wrenching back on it. Jamie Clark losing a lot of blood here, but he's showing that he's not anywhere close to ready to give up. Setting Seth Dallas to the outside, now focusing on Chris Edwards. But Edwards was ready for it, catching him with that kick right to the face. And now, boom, knee strike. And now he's going for Dallas. Seth Dally, as he's often called. And now managing to bust Seth Dallas open and absolutely paintbrushing him with the chops. Cutting off the 585 lariat before it can begin. Very smart wrestling there from Chris Edwards. But Jamie Clark, he had it scouted. He was ready for what Chris Edwards had next. Successfully connecting with the 5-8-5.
So close there for Jamie Clark. Had that leg hooked. Did everything right. It just wasn't enough. But now that you're Uranagi.
I thought that was it for sure. But he's not done. Setting up for it one more time. Chris Edwards able to duck out of the way. Seth Dallas still recovering. Looking for it. Has him up on the shoulders. Burning hammer once again. Could this be it? Seth Dallas there to break it up. But Jamie Clark is in a bad way.
Wait a minute.
Oh, hold on. He's got it unprettier. Connecting with the forehead of Seth Dallas. Just absolutely devastated against the canvas. And he's not done. Hooking him up. Wide B. Boom,
Just
Chris
like
Edwards
that, Chris Edwards
getting a, massive earth-shattering victory here in the main event of our second ever edition of CPW Uproar.
It has been a phenomenal show, and that was a great way to end it. I cannot believe the match that we just saw, and you have to think in the coming weeks, that man will be in title contention.
Definitely match of the night. Chris Edwards looking to make a definitive statement, but not to take anything away from his fellow competitors. Seth Dallas and Jamie Clark missed out on this thing by maybe a hair's width because they were just so close. This match was so competitive. This was a massive edition of CPW Uproar. We'll see you next week.